Some believe that it was created in the remote past, and others say that it has always been around. Present day in a Big
बिग
Bang.
बैंग को मानते हैं लोग.
As stars later formed, they produced the other elements. After expanding and cooling for millions of years of its infancy, the universe entered the equivalent of its early childhood. A lot of interesting things began to happen. The attraction of gravity brought some of the matter together into immense clumps, here and there. These clumps of gas and dust eventually collapsed and became galaxies. The hydrogen and helium gases in the galaxies broke up into smaller clouds. From these clouds, the first stars in the galaxies were born. Most of the stars that formed early were supermassive. But they lasted just a few million years, then blew up in catastrophic explosions called supernovae.
Supernova explosion.
Curiously, all the elements to form life were produced inside the hot interiors of these massive stars. When they exploded, those elements were flung out into the extreme coldness of interstellar space. The blast of these supernovae also triggered the formation of new stars, a second generation. By the time the universe was a few billion years old, it was markedly different from what it had been just after the Big Bang. The simple state of radiant energy present at the time of its formation had grown into a massive collection of billions and billions of galaxies. Some of these galaxies are spiral-shaped, some elliptical, and another stake irregular shaped, sometimes a result of colliding galaxies. Generation after generation of stars were born, produced elements for life, such as carbon, oxygen, and iron, and eventually died. As it has continued to expand for billions of years, the universe has become thin and dispersed and extremely cold. Hundreds of years ago, we believed that Earth was the center of the universe. Then science proved that our planet and other planets actually revolve around our sun. Today, we know that the sun itself is but one star among 400 billion stars that make up our Milky Way galaxy. And that our galaxy, though composed of hundreds of billions of stars, can seem insignificant when we realize that it is just one among hundreds of billions of galaxies in the universe. Our Milky Way galaxy formed about 1 billion years after the Big Bang, making it some 13.2 billion years old. The most ancient stars within it are about 10 billion years old, and the youngest are just a few million years old. In fact, baby stars are being born even today. Our sun is a middle-aged star, 4.5 billion years old. It was born from a cloud of gas and dust. Shock waves from the explosion of the dying star triggered the formation of the solar system. Most of the gas and dust in the cloud went to form the sun, and a small amount collected to form rings and debris around it. Most of the material in the rings then coalesced to form planets. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Smaller leftover bits of matter became dwarf planets like Pluto, asteroids, and comets. Of the 8 planets, only the 3rd planet, Earth, is located in a zone where life can thrive. Unlike Venus, it is not so close to the sun that water boils away, nor is it so far away that water freezes into ice, as on Mars. Water in its liquid state is essential for life to arise and to evolve. The Earth was initially very hot, and there was no atmosphere. In the course of time, the outer surface cooled into a hard crust, encasing a core of molten rock. In many places, the liquid interior broke through the crust as volcanoes and spewed out red-hot lava and gases. These gases formed Earth's first atmosphere. One theory holds that clouds in this early atmosphere showered rain unceasingly for thousands of years, giving rise to our oceans, which are made largely of ice crystals. Had you been able to watch the birth of our planet from space, it might have looked like this. The solar system started condensing about 4.5 billion years ago. Couple 100 million years later, the Earth had appeared. After another 300 million years, the atmosphere and the oceans had covered Earth. Another 500 million years passed and some primitive forms of life appeared, such as blue-green algae.
Blue-green algae.
Another 500 million years, and bacteria and simple plants had arrived. Then, over billions of years, more and more complex organisms evolved, first in the sea and later on land. Eventually, some 200 million years ago, the gigantic animals we call dinosaurs dominated Earth, only to disappear about 70 million years ago, probably as a result of climatic changes caused by the crash of a large asteroid, setting the stage for the rapid evolution of mammals, foremost among them humans, who began nature itself. Our ancestors made stone tools, used fire, and learned to farm. From wanderers and gatherers, we became settlers. As life became easier,